Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into our first ever digital but seventh annual Providence Fringe Festival. Fringe PVD is presented by the Wilbury Theater Group in collaboration with Waterfire Providence. We also want to give a huge thank you to our partners over at Troop, the official food and beverage of Fringe PVD. Head over there to the website at trooppvd.com and help support another great Onlyville staple by getting a fantastic meal specially designed for our Fringe audiences. At Fringe PVD, we have always been one of the only festivals in the country where 100% of ticket sales go directly to the performers, and this year is no different. While all streaming events are free, we do encourage you to donate directly to the artists on a pay what you can basis to help them during this time. Links will be shared here as well as on the individual artist pages to donate. Or visit our All Access page, which gives you exclusive access to archived performances and an extended interview with this year's performers in our Fringe feature series. If you love the Providence Fringe and want to show the world, grab the official Fringe PVD 2020 Sea Monster t-shirt designed by Providence artist and Wilbury scenic designer Carrie King. Here is a quick sneak peek of the shirt. It's nice. So if you want to get that shirt, you can go visit FringePVD.org/swag to order your t-shirt and other goodies today. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at FringePVD. Use the hashtag FringePVD Awards and nominate your favorite Fringe performers for award you create. For more information about how to create your own Fringe award category, visit our awards page for full details. While we can't be together at this time, we do encourage you to send us photos, questions, comments to us during the festival. Show us how you Fringe. Fringe PVD cannot happen without the support we receive from our sponsors and you. We hope you consider making a donation to our Tip the Fringe campaign. Just click on the support link from our homepage. And now, please enjoy the show.
Good morning, Cosmonaut.
Good morning, computer. What day is it?
Today is day 352 on the moon. It has been 352 days since you returned to this solar system. Total voyage time is 4,510 days.
And how long since our last contact with Earth?
Last contact with Earth was 500 days ago.
500 days? Has it really been that long? You're the only person that I've talked to in the last 500 days?
I'm not a person. I am a computer. Yes, you're correct.
Okay, computer. Well, why don't you hit me with the forecast?
The weather on the moon.
Not the moon, on Earth.
The weather on Earth today is cloudy with no chance of sunshine. Visibility is impossible. Life on Earth is undetectable.
Okay. Nothing new there. Well, might as well look at it myself. I've been waiting on the moon for almost a year, waiting for a signal, anything to let me know that there are still people left on Earth. But I just spend my days gazing upon all the planets that I've visited in my travels across space. Let me show you some of them. I'll use my telescope that I made myself. It's pretty nifty, huh? Alrighty. Okay, let's check them out. So which one should I show you first? Let me show you the first planet that I visited when I traveled across space. Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, oh my God, Planet V. So amazing. It was the first planet that I visited when I left the Earth. And I loved it because it reminded me of Earth, but it was nothing like it. When I landed right down there, I don't know if you can see it. It was just pretty dark and it seemed dirty, but nothing stuck onto my skin. And there are all these incredible formations that looked spiky and green, kind of like Earth. But after, just a couple minutes, I realized that there's no way that life could be sustained on this planet. It was freezing, and none of these formations were organic. They had all just been there for, all of eternity. Kind of strange. Anyway, let's continue. Which one should I show you next? Oh yeah, this one. This one is just so beautiful and peaceful. Here, just all these incredible formations, white and round, so smooth. Yeah, it was kind of slippery though when I landed, and I had a hard time getting my footing there. I didn't think it would be a good location to move the entire population of planet Earth. We lose a lot of people down in those crevices down in there. All right, let me show you another one. How about, oh, this one is fun. It's also a little bit creepy, so if you get creeped out by stuff pretty easily, you might want to brace yourselves. Here, let's see. There we go. What do you see? Tell me, what do you see? I see it too. The planet is looking right back at me. So weird. Kind of fun, but after a while it just gets kind of disconcerting and I have to look away. Oh, let's go see this one. It's really fun. I think you're gonna like it. Look at all this stuff. Isn't it neat? Yeah, it's a really complete collection. So many random things. What do you see? What's that right there? And how about that one? What about that one? Okay, between those three, that one, and that one, which is your favorite? On the count of three, everybody pick your favorite. 1, 2, 3, go. It's that one. That's the favorite of the majority. Interesting choice, everyone. Okay. And now I want to show you the most incredible planet of all. Everybody hold your breath. Whoa, wow. Oh my goodness. Look at it. The planet is glowing from the inside. What do you think is in there? I wasn't able to figure it out in my travels. My research tools are just not good enough. But you know what? I didn't care. I just wanted to look at it forever and ever. And now I'm going to show you a planet that you might not find terribly exciting, but you know what? It's one of the most important planets that I found in all of my travels. Let's take a look. Yeah, not terribly exciting. The dark planet, just darkness. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that one later because it's really important. It's really cool too. And then I turned my telescope back down towards planet Earth. And in my dreams, I would see planet Earth as something like this. Cute, a little dirt, a little green, just something cozy. Instead, what I see when I actually look down at Earth is this. A sheet of white, a blanket of mist. Clouds have been covering the surface of the Earth for years since just after I left. All I know is what my team told me before we lost contact. No one knows why the clouds grew so huge and so impenetrable. But we did not tend to our planet, and now the planet will not tend to us. I remember when the clouds made amazing shapes. Afternoons spent watching clouds, pass by, all different kinds of shapes. Sometimes I lie down in my spaceship and I close my eyes, and when I open them, it's like I'm lying in a meadow. When I look up at the sky, everything feels like a question, in a good way. It's like the little pieces of my world down here are linking up with everything out there. Like I see a cloud and I wonder, what is happening at the edge of the world? Is someone sitting at an easel painting these clouds and sending them off on their way? This one is a cumulus cloud. Big and fluffy, my favorite kind. Looks like a muffin. Don't you just want to bite into it or roll around in it? So much fun. That one probably weighs 1,000,000 pounds. I'm not exaggerating. And this one, imagine a 1.1 million pound pig delivering a tulip to your doorstep. The atmosphere is so whimsical, so full of amazing things. I wonder what shapes the cosmonauts see from their spaceships during launch. Probably only have a few seconds to see them before they pass through the clouds and then up through the edge of the atmosphere. Can they tell when they've reached the border between here and the rest of the universe? Or is that boundary blurry? A hummingbird, speaking of blurry, their wings move so fast. Did you know that hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards and upside down? Like, why did Mother Nature pick one bird to evolve that way? I want to understand why things are and how they are becoming. That seems most important to me, to get to the bottom of this shape shifting we are all subject to. Because we are not stagnant, we are constantly changing. The molecules that make up your body now are different from the molecules that make up your body now. Sometimes I feel full, and sometimes I feel empty. I know I've been watching clouds for a long time when they start to look like food. Boy, could I use a hot dog right now. It's the simple things that make life worth living. If I could send any food to an alien civilization, it would be a hot dog. They'd probably be so confused and then think it's delicious, I hope. And then there are the clouds that truly take your breath away. Magnificent. The kind of cloud that can make you forget all your troubles. The kind of cloud that makes you sweat, your own personal dew point. That's the temperature when water vapor turns to water droplets, as in, let the rain come down because it's getting hot out here. Okay, jokes aside, I don't care that much about boobs, but I can definitely appreciate a good piece of lingerie. Anyway, the clouds aren't all fun and games. Sometimes they can get creepy. You know that feeling when you're lying in bed and your entire body suddenly jolts like you're falling? I've been getting that feeling more and more as the news comes in about what the corporations are doing to the atmosphere. Toxic gases that trap sunlight and heat. Toxic gases that try to reverse the trapping of sunlight and heat. And as the pollution gets worse and Earth gets more and more hot, the clouds get more and more disturbing. Damn, you're not going to believe this. The other day, I was walking down the dirt road by my house and I saw a snake eating a mouse, only they were both dead. The mouse was still in the snake's mouth. And now that same image up in the sky. Am I going crazy? Is anyone else watching? And if they are they seeing the same thing I'm seeing? I used to like watching the clouds alone. Moments of strength in solitude. And now I'm questioning the world and questioning myself. I like watching the clouds because it takes me away from here. It reminds me that there's something bigger than all of us, that the world just keeps going round. But now it's on fire, and our forests are on fire, and our cities are on fire, and our ships are on fire. How do we move forward when our ships are on fire? I know that this is my mission, to find a way forward, to find a way for Earth to survive, or to find a way for us to survive. Because there used to be light, but now there's just a weird gray darkness. I will find light. and I will travel the universe to find it. There must be another habitable planet, and I bet the clouds will make shapes that are brilliant. I don't know what to do when I look at this sheet of gray mist. I wonder if it ever rains on Earth, or if all the moisture is just held in the air as vapor. I miss the soft, fluffy clouds, the huggable ones, the ones that let the sun shine through. This solid wall of clouds, it's not for me. I did not come back to Earth for this. I came back to Earth to celebrate my mission, to share what I have found. But for now, it's a party for one, and patience is my only friend. Computer, how much longer do we have to wait?
No,
What are you doing right now?
I am calibrating the oxygen supply system.
You're always doing that. It's boring.
It is what keeps you alive.
Well, I'm bored.
Would you like entertainment?
Sure, let's play a movie. How about the one where the kid wants to be a
Story
cosmonaut?
of your life.
I know, but it's nice to remember why I got myself up here in the first place.
Okay. Let me know when you are ready.
Okay, I'm ready. This is the story of how I became a cosmonaut. It starts when I was a small kid, looking up at the moon. Every night I'd go outside to be with the moon and the stars and the trees and the owls. I didn't care much about the man in the moon. Some say he's a loyal friend. Some say he's a criminal in exile. I say, who needs another man watching our every move? I thought a woman in the moon would be nice, like Mother Earth's loony sister. I assumed she must be hiding on the other side, just out of sight. I'd reach up and imagine catching her, putting her in my pocket. Someday, I thought, I'll go to the dark side of the moon myself, and I'll bring her some snacks because my mother always told me never to show up empty-handed. On the day my mother left, my father was chopping wood. She took her paints and her jewels, leaving behind for me a pile of dreams, the power to imagine. We lived by the sea, and my father said she went out to sea to join the pirates. I loved her for that, and I hated her, and I envied her. I imagined her on the most incredible pirate ship, crossing the seas and the skies, not limiting her treasure hunt to earthly bounds, something more than here. If a falling star fell into the ocean, would the water extinguish it, or would the entire sea join the constellation? I wanted to be a shooting star, carving pathways through the sky. Maybe if I could get to the other side of the universe, I could turn around and make sense of it all. Most people want to be astronauts for these reasons: to explore the unknown, to do the impossible, to understand what's out there, to get closer to the great power. I wanted that too, but I had a greater desire. After a voyage across the cosmos, I bet coming home would feel so incredibly good. Funny how impatient I was to leave home, only to think of coming back. My head was in the clouds, but my hands were underwater.
I'd go out to the beach at low tide to collect clams for my father and me to eat. This was work I loved, dredging the sand, murky waters, digging around in the darkness, and suddenly you hit gold, and you just know you've found what you're looking for. You know, from the way it feels, the sound, the senses clicking into place. So satisfying. One day I went out there and an old man was at the beach clamming. He was digging so slowly you might think he was a statue. Meanwhile, I was raking as fast as possible. I was late because I'd gotten distracted gazing at the horizon, and my father was expecting me. I was raking and I was getting nothing. The man turned to me and said, "Why are you in such a rush?" And I said, "I've got somewhere to be." "Why are you going so slowly?" He said, "Patience." "Let me tell you a story," he told me. Okay, I said. He began. "Once there was a whale and a clam. Both the whale and the clam loved to eat plankton, these little creatures floating around in the ocean that were so delicious. The whale challenged the clam to a competition. Who could eat the single most delicious kind of plankton before the other one? The clam accepted the challenge. The whale began swimming around furiously, searching for the plankton, gulping down as much water, as much plankton as possible, almost everything in sight. After a while, though, the whale got very tired and had to rest, had to sleep. Meanwhile, the clam had burrowed itself into the sand and was just waiting. It reached its siphon up to the surface of the sand and just waited for the water to pass by, sucking down some here and there. And while the whale was sleeping, the clam ingested the most delicious plankton it had ever tasted. When the whale woke up, the clam told him his news. The whale was upset, and he just kept swimming on, determined to find the most delicious plankton for himself. Meanwhile, the clam just stayed put, waiting. "What do you think about that?" the old man told me. That's a nice story," I told him. "I've got to get going." "All right. Maybe I'll see you out here sometime." "Sure," I said. I left, and I went back home. I never thought much of what he said. I didn't wait around for my dreams to come true. I chased after them. I went out into the universe to search for treasure. And now I'm here, stuck on this rock, waiting to dive back down to earth. And I'm trying to remember the old man's advice. Sit tight. What you want will come to you.
Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? I know why I'm here. I have a mission, and I have a responsibility to my people, to my planet, and now to the entire universe. We are small, practically invisible, and yet we are here. Why are you here?
I want you to close your eyes. Listen to the sound of your heart beating. Does it feel comforting? Does it scare you? Now open your eyes. Can you still hear it? When I put on my helmet, my heartbeat is the only thing I can hear. It can feel terrifying being so far out in the universe and only hearing my tiny heart working away. We are so fragile. I want to tell you my good news. Remember the dark planet I showed you through my telescope before? When I landed there, in a faraway galaxy, at first the planet appeared to be just black. So I waited. After a while of being still, I began to see lights. At first I thought I must be imagining things, fireflies in outer space. But their movements were much slower, much smoother, like jellyfish, only floating in the darkness of the air. And then, suddenly, one of the lights grew bigger and brighter, like a tiny explosion. Curious. I tried to hold it, but it was difficult to grasp onto. I could only feel its warm, bright energy in the palm of my hand. I tried to smell it and to taste it. Words cannot describe what it did to my senses. The flavor changed every second. I realized that it was alive, so incredibly alive. I couldn't help but kiss this creature, this alien. As I spent more time with the alien, I felt intense love for it. Like maybe I was in love. I wanted to bask in its light forever. And maybe I could. Somehow, without words, the alien told me about the invisible things this dark planet had to offer. Hydration, love, joy, sustenance, justice, and breath. I took off my helmet, and I could breathe. Finally, I had found another habitable planet. I knew I would have to travel back to Earth to share my news. I told my love, I will see you again soon. I hope I do.
Cosmonaut, wake up. Cosmonaut, wake up. It's the middle of the night.
What day is it?
Today is day 353 on the moon.
Why are you waking me up so early?
There is a light. A light just passed by the moon. It is going down to Earth.
And then I looked down at Earth with my telescope, but I didn't even need my telescope. There, I could see it, hovering, floating down through the atmosphere, down towards my home planet. And as I watched, it broke down through the atmosphere, through the clouds, and it was just gray again. But then, a break in the clouds. And I saw it there. Blue, green. And I knew that there was my alien showing me all that was left on planet Earth. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching this performance. I'm so glad that you were able to tune in. And thank you so much to Shoshana, my stage manager, who was so incredibly patient and helpful
You were
during
amazing.
this process. So I wanted to offer this opportunity to do, oh, where did I go? There I am. To do a little talk back. So the way that this is going to work is that you can text me any questions that you might have about the show, the content, the form, how I made it, my process, as well as feedback, because this is a work in progress, you know. This is a video performance. It's the first time I've done that, and hoping that someday I can develop it into a full-length live performance. So you can text me any questions that you have. My phone number is here. It is 617-997-9709. And if you text me your questions, then I'll take them as they come. Yeah, shoot me any questions. Would love to hear your thoughts, questions. Can show you some of the stuff I made.
Yeah. And don't forget, if you're able to donate, you can donate to any artist, but Jake, and all that information is linked down below in the comment sections. If you do want to get your nice t-shirt, once again, you can get that at FringePVD.org/swag and get your t-shirt and other goodies. Have a great night, everyone. Okay, it looks like we are live. So if you want to answer any of the questions you got, Jake, you're good.
Okay, cool. Can one audience member, can somebody in the audience text me to make sure that you are seeing this live? Just want to make sure that everybody's seeing this. Maybe Sophie, you can shoot me a text and say that you're seeing this.
Yep, it's showing that we are live.
Okay, cool. All righty. Okay, Liz says that she's seeing it. Perfect. Okay, so a bunch of people wanted to see the riggings that I made. Okay, so this is the cloud rigging. Okay, Chelsea's seeing us live too. Great. Okay. And it's on Facebook, not on YouTube. Let me just tell some people who want to see this. Okay. It's live on Facebook now. Try again. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to do this now. So, okay, this is the cloud machine that I call it. So here we go. This is the cloud machine. This is a bed sheet. I will take it off right there so you can see a little part of it. Basically, it's just some 2x4s together, and then there are strings looped all the way around so that when I pull one, it moves the cloud, and then the clouds are suspended from the strings using some thread. So yeah, I lie down here and I pull these strings, and yeah, I do it all myself. So that was kind of like my crazy idea. My friend Becca Ford, who is a RISD furniture grad. These are tangled. I'll deal with that later. Okay. Becca helped me build this as well as my cranky box. So she's incredible. Definitely hit her up for any of your carpentry and furniture needs. She was really amazing helping me realize my dreams. So yeah, that was the cloud machine. I'll show you again from farther away so you can see it. There you go. And we're in my bedroom in case you didn't realize that, but you probably did. Okay, this is my cranky box. So this is the cranky. A cranky is a traditional form of folk performance, kind of like a pre-movie movie. So this is made using tracing paper and black paper. And then I crank this and the picture moves. And I have a light behind here. I just used this camping light. That's what I had. People do fancier things, so I put it behind there. And then, yeah, you can see it. And now Jason wanted to meet the puppeteers. So, well, I'm the puppeteer. I did it all myself, but here are my shadow puppets. Fun fact, I made these at 4:50 today, 10 minutes before the performance. So love to put things down cut things to the wire. Yeah, cool. Let's see, what other questions did we get? I got, okay, my dad wants to know, how did I come up with the idea for this show? I came up with the idea for this show by simply, I wanted to do something for the Fringe Festival. I didn't know what. So on the last day to submit, I sat down and wrote a paragraph. using 3 C words: clams, clouds, and cosmonauts. And then I was like, cool, now I have like 3 things that I'm gonna go off of and figure out what I can do. So I just did some research, did some playing around. My quarantine buddy, Rebecca, was super helpful. She was kind of like a third eye / director for during the development of my piece. So that was really awesome to have somebody else to bounce ideas off of. Yeah, and then I really do well with objects. So having objects to play with and then figure out the story from there. So I would often play with objects, see what moments came from that, and then write the text after that. Was important for my process. Let's see, what else do people want to know? How did I decide what I would show as planets through the telescope? Sophie wants to know. I just found random crap lying around my house, and yeah, like when I had the idea for the telescope, I just like took some toilet paper rolls and like held them over the cameras, and then just like looked at stuff through it, and just kind of started off with like what, you know, can I find stuff that looks like a real planet, and then after that was like planets can be anything. So then yeah, I just found like random crap around my house, googly eyes, you know, little toys, plants, a lava lamp or a salt rock lamp, that kind of stuff. Let's see what else. Show us the cloud box. We did that. What is one thing I would hope the audience to take away from the show? Lauren would like to know. I guess that I would hope the audience takes away from the show a sense of hope for our planet, and you know, that like we can all, you know, like obviously it's pretty heavy metaphor for you know, some of the stuff that has come up during quarantine for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, depression, loneliness, yeah, and then like finding a sense of hope and a sense of agency, and that, you know, you can go out into the universe and find love and find a way to save yourself and the ones that you love from all of the crazy crap going on in the world. Any other questions? Let's see. I think that's it for right now. Cool. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm just gonna plug my Venmo. It's at pay-jake. Just tripped on my shoebox thing. Yeah, Venmo is pay-jake. Hit me with some dollars if you liked it. It'll help me cover the cost of making this show. And then if there is anything left over, then I'll be donating the proceeds to like an artist fund. Yeah, like a Black artist fund, one that I've been donating to for the last couple months. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, and hope to continue this conversation with you all soon. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Shoshana.
Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.